Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
Hey, fellow babies, welcome to part 2 here of our Sunday show where we're bringing you the news and stories you should hear, you need to hear, and some of them are just downright funny too. And we hope to bring you at least some humor in this. Now, of course, you know by the title and the thumbnail, we've got some Minnesota stuff on tap for you, but I don't want to jump right into that first because that's what you expect us to do. So instead, So instead, we're going to flip the script here. We're going to turn it over to Commander, who's got a really good tale to tell. And then we'll flip over to Minnesota and get that way. All right. So, Commander, start us off there, shall you?
Okay. So on the 24th, Chinese President Xi Jinping announced that 2 of the PLA's top officers, Generals Liu Zhenyi and Zhang Yuxia, I'll just refer to those 2 guys because they come up later on in these discussions as Liu and Zhang. Anyway, they were being interrogated for, quote, serious violations of party discipline and law, which is the regime's code wording for corruption. Anyway, Liu and Xi and Zhang were members of the Central Military Commission, which is kind of like their joint chiefs of staff. They're the people that advise the regime on military affairs.
Right.
It's the highest military decision-making agency in the People's Republic. Zhang had been vice chairman under Xi since 2017, and in 2022, Xi exempted him from minimum PLA age requirements in order to promote him so he could be the senior vice chairman of the CMC, which clearly demonstrated, we thought, Xi's trust in Zhang. Liu, on the other hand, had been the PLA's chief of staff and a member of the CMC since 2022. Both Zhang and Liu were among the very few senior PLA officers with combat experience gained during the 1979 war against Vietnam. which, if you know anything about it, did not go particularly well for China. So these investigations appear to be part of a broader purge of senior military officials in the People's Liberation Army by Xi. They've reduced, for example, the CMC from what used to be 7 members on the commission to now just 2 members, one of whom is Xi and the other being a guy named Zhang, but his initial or his patronymic is Shengmin. So I won't refer to him as Zhang anymore to avoid confusing things. But I know. Bear with me.
You really
Anyway,
do sound like you do really sound like you're talking about a Chinese comedy group.
Yeah.
It really did. It's like, who's on first?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, the key thing to take away from that is that they went from 7 down to 2 members of the CMC about a space of 2 years. These are the largest top-level purges of the Chinese military since the Cultural Revolution in the mid-60s. Wow. And if you know anything about those, they were pretty horrific times.
Damn right.
Yeah. Anyway, it's speculated that Xi may have purged Liu and Zhang and others because he saw them as under his leadership and planned military goals. Xi had earlier announced that he wanted the PLA to be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. But Zhang went on record as saying that the military would not be ready until 2035, 8 years further down than what the glorious leader wanted. Additionally, Liu and Zhang had loose ties to a group known as the Fujian clique. Fujian is a province in China. These are officials who had grown very close to Xi during his time as the governor of Fujian province from 1985 to 2002. The fact that Xi's extensive purges have focused on many members of his old cabal suggests that what he's trying to do is consolidate his position as the PLA approaches that 2027 modernization deadline for a potential invasion and the increasingly aggressive Chinese foreign policy. However, as noted, by doing this, Xi risks isolating himself as he continues to exert his control over the military, surrounding himself with sycophants and personal loyalists as officers, with even minor concerns becoming less willing to be voiced, as those who voice them fear they may then be purged themselves.
Right. Sounds so much
standard. It's standard policy in Chinese.
It just sounds like the Red Guard stuff.
Yeah, it really is. It as in, and it does. It goes back to the Cultural Revolution and all of that stuff. Yeah. So anyway, this puts Xi in a position where he risks miscalculation as he implements flawed plans based on information that is deliberately skewed to keep him happy. Now, I don't know if anybody else.
Doesn't that sound familiar?
It's like there's another leader in a communist or former communist country that might be experiencing those same kind of issues right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a random thought that popped into my head. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? So, Western officials worry that Liu's dismissal in particular could increase the risk of confrontation with Western countries, as Liu had been the most effective point of contact inside the PLA in keeping lines of communication open with the West. And as Xi exerts greater and greater personal control over the military, there are concerns that these external links will start to dry up, and then there won't be avenues to de-escalate situations as they arise. Some experts think that Xi's 2027 deadline for the invasion of Taiwan is actually now less likely, as there will be a dearth of actual military experience among the PLA's senior-most officers. And those who replaced the ones that had military experience will be political appointees. Now, this is something you don't see in Western armies, but in China and in Russia too. You get a lot of guys who get given very senior ranks in the military who've never been in the military before. They're political appointees. Huh?
Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, they're all Fox News hosts.
Yeah, you know, that qualifies them to lead troops in combat, doesn't it?
Yeah. So is this, Commander, before you continue, is these lofty positions and stuff a case of ass-kissing oligarchy, or maybe a combination? Where, you know?
It's the internal workings of, used to be the Kremlin and now still the Chinese government in Beijing, is driven very heavily by, internal alliances and power brokering and all that kind of stuff, of getting your guys in position to get you the authority you need to rise and push your rivals down. And the speculation is all of this is because Xi fears that people in the party are more they're more uncomfortable about the idea of attacking Taiwan than he is, because they see the enormous negative side to such aggressive military action.
China has done so much China has done so much to become a real player in the financial trade of the world for so long, and done such a decent job of becoming instrumental in so many markets. To throw that all away to step into Taiwan seems monumentally stupid.
It's even weirder because to take Taiwan, you'd basically have to destroy a significant portion of the infrastructure that makes the island valuable in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, like if we've said it before. We've said it before. If TSMC doesn't survive this invasion, there goes 1/3 of the wealth of freaking Taiwan right there.
Yeah, and the other thing is, much of the economic development that has occurred in the main coastal cities in China, the money for much of that comes from Taiwan. So the owners of those businesses are Taiwanese.
Yeah.
So if you attack Taiwan, the likelihood of them fleeing and taking all their money with them, which causes all those businesses in China that created the economic boom, to just crumble,
collapse,
is
and
also
fail.
likely.
Yep. Exactly. Right. It would be like a landslide.
But, it's a colossally stupid idea. But
they'll still have all those Chinese takeaways and laundries.
Exactly. To me, the biggest issue is that the central government in China has long used Taiwan as kind of a pressure safety valve.
Okay.
Such that whenever you have the economic stagnation that's going on right now is a case in point. They wave the Taiwan flag and everybody gets patriotic and rallies behind the central government again. So if you actually invade Taiwan, then that safety valve goes away. Where is all that political discontent going to go?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you change the way Taiwan,
what's really going on.
And if you invade and change Taiwan from what it is there going to be the finances to be that flag waving place that you use? Like it completely destroys the entire idea from the ground up. It's a very, does this come from, an old school view of the authoritarian regime and empire building, sort of like Putler's doing then? Is that really the only end game? Right?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about Ukraine and Putler, but it ties into this. I mean, he's going to go down as one of the colossally stupid strategic anti-geniuses ever.
Yeah.
Because, the Russian economy was doing quite well. The people were relatively happy. There was no threat.
Yeah.
Nobody was interested in getting Ukraine to join NATO. They were all leery of that fact.
Yeah.
Europe, for the most part, had demobilized most of its military base down to the point where it was little better than parade armies.
Yeah.
And now you have, Finland and Sweden joining NATO and everybody hurriedly rearming and
crippling sanctions and
it's so colossally stupid. So why did they do it? And a lot of people are speculating that it might be, well, he wants to leave his thumbprint on his legacy to say that he regained Ukraine into the Russian sphere.
And at this point, but there's a
stupid idea.
Yeah.
And Z invading Taiwan in that same level of, it was a really stupid idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Monumental.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were talking about Putin or Trump there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You see it with Trump too. I've got to take Venezuela. I got to take Greenland. I got to take Canada. I got to take.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he wants to, it's the same thing with the arch that he wants to build, the stupid expansion to the the east wing of the White House. I want to leave my greasy little thumbprint on history.
Yeah. Yeah. Just makes a mess of all these buildings we have to remove his fucking name
Western
from.
analysts believe that Z will increasingly be relying on tactics that fall just below the threshold of open conflict, including relentless military exercises intended to simulate both maritime and air blockades of Taiwan. So look for tense times to start ratcheting up as the year progresses.
I wonder.
Goody.
Yeah. And I mean, Taiwan is instrumental in the modern.
It doesn't rain, it pours.
Yeah. Taiwan's instrumental in the modern semiconductor industry. All this uncertainty over there is not good.
Anyway, that's that exciting and happy piece of news.
Yeah. Commander, are you hearing me?
I think I've lost sound. I'm going to go back around again.
Yeah. Flip around. Commander's connection there has just been almost giving out, but we'll see if we can't get him to refresh and join back in. This whole Taiwan thing it's just yet another version of a tyrant sort of attitude being thrown at us on the political world stage, and nobody except a few of these absolute authoritarian tyrant type leaders want any of this stuff. The people don't want to go to war. They just want economic stability, a little social freedom and stuff. I mean, nobody wants this stuff.
It's kind of funny though. On the world stage, you've got a lot of political leaders, like from Canada and the UK. They're all going across to China and shaking hands and making deals. And you're thinking, are you sure about this?
Yeah. It really freaks me out. We've got to get the people's voice is not being heard enough in so much as it pertains to the geopolitical landscape that we're dealing with right now. Not
Very
even
true.
close. Not even close. Dunk, anything in the bank you want to take us through?
Oh yeah, I tell you what, I got a quickie one before I go to a main story, another story. But there was talk about a they were fitted a new vending machine into the Pentagon, and it was a Pokemon card dispenser, which I thought was kind of interesting. Why the Pentagon needed it? I would have thought they'd better put that into the ice facilities because you got to catch them all.
Pokemon cards? No, that's for the Doge offices for the 18-year-olds, right?
But no, there's been some serious attacks in Janesville. Where the hell's Janesville? Wisconsin. Yeah, we're talking about domestic terrorists because wild turkeys are attacking people in a Janesville neighborhood, chasing postal workers, blocking traffic, and even going after children. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they're pedophiles as well while they're at it.
Oh, God. They're Trump voters. What the fuck?
Wild turkeys are nothing like domesticated turkeys.
Oh, no. Wow.
They're very clever, and they can be nasty.
They're mean, man.
Whereas domesticated turkeys, if it starts raining, they will all turn their heads up to look up at the sky, and some of them will drown because they have their mouths open.
Wow.
Idiots.
Oh, yeah. The domesticated turkey is probably the dumbest living creature.
Why do we only eat them like twice a year or something? We should be eating those pricks all the time because it sounds like they're too stupid to live, right?
Yeah, you should be eating the wild ones, not the domesticated ones. Is their meat all tough and grizzly?
The wild ones only look up when they're ready to howl at the moon. So, I guess the moral of the story is eat more turkey because fuck are they weird.
Yeah, apparently there's been a petition set up to remove the turkeys from the area. ICE agents get in there. Petition is now 70.
I want to see.
It has 70 whole signatures. 70.
I want to see fat, overweight, beer fart ICE agents chasing turkeys, man. I want to see that.
Yeah, you can shoot as many as you like.
If you told them that they were illegal immigrants, they'd ship them back to Turkey for us.
Yeah. We'll call these guys Thanksgiving Team 6.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They'll send them to ICE detention centers, and then they won't be able to find them like 2 days later because they've been eaten.
Yeah.
We'll keep them on ice.
Oh man, it's just like a bad dream of a WKRP in Cincinnati episode, I tell you.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
It's one of the funniest 30 minutes of television I ever seen in my life. So, Dunk, did you want to do a real story then?
It was a real story.
Yeah, but you said you had like a joke one and then like a big one.
Yeah, I did the Pokemon card thing.
Okay.
Do you want something else?
Yeah, well, I thought there'd be a little more clicks to the clock during one of them.
all right. Okay. So we got another story because a Florida man is facing 5 years behind bars after allegedly turning a ketchup packet into a felony weapon.
What?
Yes.
This I gotta hear.
According to police, 28-year-old Austin Simmons was arrested Monday evening after an incident inside a Florida bus terminal. Officers say Simmons appeared to be passed out when another man, Carlos Mora, stopped to check on him. And things escalated. Simmons allegedly woke up irate, approached Mora and threw an open ketchup packet at him. And police noticed that Mora suffered 2 spots of ketchup on his jacket as a result of the incident. The arrest affidavit states that officers found the packet on the ground, already opened, with ketchup spilling out. the packet, which holds up to, roughly 0.3 ounces, was not collected as evidence. Jesus, what kind of a crime scene is this?
Never going to be able to prove he did it.
Who's running this show, Monty or Python? Come on.
Police say Simmons denied striking Mora with the condiment, but reportedly admitted to giving the victim a ketchup packet. Is that what you call it these days?
I gave him one, but I didn't beat him with it.
During a search following the arrest, officers also allegedly found a small amount of chalky substance, leading to an additional charge of possession of controlled substance.
Chalk?
That? Yeah, no, it's probably salt.
Oh.
Good job they didn't find the vinegar.
He was on the verge of enjoying some chips.
Now, because of this, Simmons is currently being held on a $5,000 bond covering both the battery and drug charges.
What? Drug charges. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
If found guilty, the maximum penalty you will receive is 5 years behind bars.
Yeah, and 30 days for the cocaine, right?
Yeah. You can't chuck ketchup around. What?
So
that would be insanity. The world has gone mad.
So one man tries to beat another man down with a ketchup packet and ends up getting busted for drugs. That's some weird. Seriously, pick your moment, people. What the hell?
What about Trump? He chucks ketchup around all over the place in the White House.
Yeah.
He should be on felony charges.
Oh, anybody should be on felony charges for eating that many filet of fishes in a day, to be honest. And what was that thing he did recently? I like the fish. That was so funny.
I like the fishes, precious.
Yeah.
God damn.
Wow. So let me flip my tabs around here and let's see here. So we've had a couple of horrific shootings that have completely shocked not just America, but the world. And Donald Trump broke starkly with the pro-gun groups in the off-the-cuff remarks just after. He said, take the guns first. Go through due process second. That was during a televised meeting with lawyers or with lawmakers. And that was also 8 years ago. That was after the 2018 mass shooting at a high school in Parkland, Florida, where a gunman killed 17 people. Trump floated stronger laws for background checks and raising the minimum age to purchase certain firearms. But after the NRA, the National Rifle Association, and other gun rights groups who are very pro-Republican objected, he backed down. So last week, Trump once again put the gun groups on the offensive when he said the Minneapolis protester Alex Preddy should not have had a gun when he was fatally shot by agents. Now, he's not the only one that have said that. Quite a few people in Trump's close circle on the right have said that he had no business having a gun at a protest when he was legally allowed to carry said gun anywhere in the United States of America.
And never drew it.
That's right. He never drew it. But these same people pardoned the January 6th insurrectionists who all proudly wore their big assault rifles on their chest and everything.
Cut to images.
Yeah, right.
Democracy much?
Just a little bit, right? So here's a quote from Trump after the Preddy shooting, and he was, I believe, talking to the NRA at the time. He says, you can't have guns. You can't walk in with guns. You just can't. Oh, this was telling reporters outside the White House. And he was basically blaming Alex Preddy for having the gun for being killed, right? Now, Trump has called himself the best friend gun owners have ever had in the White House. And he received a quick rebuke from some gun rights advocates over this, who have argued that Preddy had a clear Second Amendment right to protest while carrying a gun. Some groups criticized the president outright, while the NRA, the biggest gun rights group in the United States of America, didn't mention the president or his comments directly. Here's the quote from the NRA. The NRA unequivocally believes that all law-abiding citizens have a right to keep and bear arms anywhere they have a legal right to be. The NRA wouldn't even call Trump out when he basically looked them straight in the eye and said, "I'm coming for your guns."
Yeah.
Where does reality start and hypocrisy end within the Republican Party that's in power right now as it pertains to being truthful to the people who elected them? There's not an honest
the moment
Republican.
They wake up is when they start lying.
Yeah, exactly, right? As soon as you see their mouths moving, right? But there's not an actually real Republican on the face of the United States of America right now who would agree with what Trump said about guns, because the Republicans have always been the ones who fought for the Second Amendment. You cannot do anything to take my right away to bear arms. And now all of a sudden, Republicans are saying that Alex Preddy was out of line simply for having one in a holster. It's unbelievable. I cannot even make sense of this other to say that if you are a Republican and you're hearing my voice and you're like, well, yeah, he shouldn't have been there with a gun, but you also agree with the January 6th rioters, insurrectionists being pardoned by Trump because they were only doing the right thing, you have to look yourself in the mirror and admit that you are a liar.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, they're now going to be sending ICE agents into Ohio, which is also another open carry state.
Damn right it is.
And I don't think Ohioans are quite as pleasant, shall we say, as Minnesotans. I think they might be doing that on purpose.
Well, here's another thing. In Ohio, you are not legally allowed to block the street for any simple reason. So protesters cannot be blocking the street walking down, but neither can ICE be blocking the street. And the governor, although Republican, seems to be very much not into this ICE stuff. Ohio is going to be a very interesting situation.
It's going to be a hellhole.
You got it. Because there's going to be an unbelievable lot of folk in Ohio. Shana Caldwell, if she's in the live chat there, one of our, senior mods, she'd tell you all about it, man. This ain't going to go down well.
Yeah, I know a few people from Ohio, and they don't take shit lying down.
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is just really the latest instance in which the president's actions and rhetoric have put him at odds with gun rights groups. And yet, the Republicans seem to be still somewhat unified in their thing, even though the ship is sinking right now. And Commander, that goes again to this whole thing where seemingly almost everybody in the Republican Party is still so scared of the orange shit gibbon that even when what they have fought for all their lives as a Republican is now,
under
maybe
question,
being marginalized and stuff and whatnot, they sit there and shut up.
But they're all convinced that it's all targeted at the people they don't like, and that once those people are taken care of, everything will go back to the way it was, and it'll be great for them because the bad people would be gone.
Yeah.
They don't understand that as soon as the bad people are gone, then he's coming for you.
Yeah. Right. And the other side of this, guys, the thing that I really don't understand is every single person that's at least 25 years old knows that one thing is for certain in life is no one political party, without it being false elections and bullshit, ever holds power for any continuously really long length of time. And as such, how could you be fine with something like this, knowing that there will come a time in your lifespan where the other party is in power and you've already given them all they need to do it to you?
Yep.
I don't understand. Who could be that fucking stupid?
It's short-sightedness.
Yeah.
On another quick note on the Minnesota thing, the two agents who shot Alex Petrie have been named.
Yes.
And strangely enough, they're Hispanic.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. Can you imagine? Well, them without their masks and ICE uniforms on, they'll be rounded up. And this kind of like interesting question because, if ICE is full of, what would you say, like immigrant material?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump is happy, or shall we say, Stephen Miller is happy using them at the minute. But at the end of the day, just because...
Sorry, wrong button.
But at the end of the day, just because you're in his club now, doesn't mean you're not going to be, on the list next.
That's right. Can you imagine being Latino, Hispanic, whatever words you would like to use in this day and age? Sorry, I'm not young. And being outed in your community as somebody.
Exactly.
I mean, I have a feeling I know how this is going to play out, and it ain't going to be good.
It's not going to be good for them. They're going to have to flee. They're going to have to hide.
Yeah, maybe that's what Trump wants Greenland for, so he can send all the ICE agents there to live out their lives in peace.
Ah, it's the right temperature.
Yeah, here's reality for you. Trump going at the Second Amendment, and y'all elected him, you Republican gun-toting fools.
He's not interested in the Second Amendment. He wants all the amendments.
Yeah. The only part of the Constitution he wants is Herr Trump rules all. His family come next.
Yeah.
He wrote that amendment
definitely.
in Sharpie.
Yeah, with big letters. Where are we here? We are, okay, we got about 10 minutes. Good. There was an update here on 5-year-old Liam Ramos, the father and the little cute boy with the blue hat that have been in Texas detention facility since first reported that the 5-year-old boy was gobbled up. It seems that the media attention has worked, and following a judge's order, they have been returned to Minnesota, and they're, going to actually get a little bit of real life back into their lives.
Yeah, I've seen some footage. He's the kid's on the plane. He's been taken into the cockpit, sat in the co-pilot seat, and stuff. They're everybody's doing everything they can to welcome them back into the world, and it's just like,
try to give that poor 5-year-old little boy some fun memories out of this horrific situation that could fucking scar him properly for life. What is this poor kid thinking in his brain as he grows up every time he sees a white face with a fucking suit of authority?
Well, he didn't see a white face, did he? He saw a ski mask.
Okay, okay. So I guess he's not going to be a competitive skier.
And it might have been a Hispanic behind the mask.
Yeah. My God.
See, thing is,
pathological terror of winter sports.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people, whoever made that hat, manufactures that hat for that kid, they should make adult sizes.
Yeah,
because I bet you protesters would buy them in the millions.
And they should name that hat his name. Right? It should be named after the kid. What?
Which you suddenly forgot.
Oh, I never knew his name. Yeah, what's his name? Liam.
I can't remember either.
Yeah, so that's now the Liam hat, right?
Yeah, the Liam hat.
Yeah, that should be the Liam hat.
With Spider-Man backpacks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Unbelievable stuff, though. Unbelievable stuff, guys. I mean, this should not be something that we have to talk about. I know we're trying our best to enjoy ourselves during this conversation. We don't mean to be, out of touch with reality, making a joke here and there, but it's the only way we can fucking stomach this shit, man.
Yeah. Believe me, we're fucking angry.
You damn
fucking
right.
Angry.
Yeah. Everybody get themselves a Liam hat. You know what? Damn right. I want one. Yeah.
I'd wear one.
Damn it. Yeah, me too. Danish veterans held a protest at the U.S. Embassy in Copenhagen. It was a very nice, silent, dignified protest, and there was a lot of them. They are furious over their commander with how they have stood shoulder to shoulder with America time and time again, only to have some piece of human
20,000 Danes cycled through Afghanistan.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Trump didn't even have the balls to show up and had to use a rich man's excuse. Whereas, like yourself, you gave a career to your country. I mean, for the love of God.
Yeah, but he's got poorly feet.
Thank you. Far more important.
Yeah.
No, I actually got told that once.
What?
Yeah, I was waiting outside my son's piano teacher's house, and because his kid was, I think, going next or leaving, just about to leave. And we got to chatting, and he said, well, what do you do? I said, well, I'm in the military. He said, oh, you shouldn't be in the military. You should go into private business because you make much more money. I said, well, I'd like being in the military because I get a sense that I'm, doing stuff to help the country. Oh, that's so stupid.
What? Wow.
Yeah. And this is the same mindset where you get Trump's quote of, people who join the military are suckers.
Yeah. Because in Trump's mind, just like Vladimir Putin's, if you're in the military, you're only fodder for what he wants. He doesn't give a fucking ounce of respect for your life.
Yeah.
Right? Horrific stuff, Commander. Horrific. Where are we looking? Oh,
I bet the number of people applying for the military these days is suddenly dropped.
It's in the negative, I bet. It's negative percentage.
600% people are joining. Oh, no, are not joining.
Yeah.
I don't know what the measure of, recruiting goals are being met. I mean, it's easy enough to look that up, but I do know that re-enlistments are way down.
Oh, I could believe that. Yeah.
So people who have been serving, and you usually counted on X percentage of people to extend for another tour or whatever.
Right.
It's way down.
Wow.
And that means you're losing all those qualified mid people you need to move to become senior people later on.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're always pulling in new, you don't have the experienced ladder to truly fill things properly, right?
Yep.
Well done, private. You made general.
Yeah. So a couple of things I want to just bring up quick. We got about 4 or 5 minutes here before we wrap it up. There's been yet some more victories of Democrats flipping Republican seats here and there.
Oh, yes.
And the polls are looking like this is only the start, people.
What the party's got to do with it?
No. Not Warsaw vacations for Germans. I mean the polls.
The North and South Pole.
Yeah.
And the other poles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's good. So where is it here? I've got a site here. But where is it here? Democrat Taylor Rimmet pulled an upset in the Fort Worth area. And where's another one here as well? Oh, they've changed this, and now they've got all the details when all I wanted was the headlines. But there's been a couple of Democrat flips of Republican held things where the point swing is like from 12 plus to 12 or 13 plus on the other side.
It's like 30.
Yeah, man. You know, so I predict, sadly, that all of these special elections that are happening, for the most part, are being won by the Democrats. I predict that Trump and his lockdown of blue and swing and whatnot is only going to get more fervent as we go here coming up.
Now, what was really funny? I think it was things one of the Texas ones and whatever.
Yeah,
but Trump supported.
Yeah,
supported the candidate, and then question the next day.
Yeah.
He goes, I don't know anything about it. Don't know anything.
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, a Republican tried to distance themselves from the Trump shout out because they knew it wasn't going to work. Right? You know?
Just the fact he pretended it didn't even happen.
Yeah. And speaking of which, this is a thing I want to bring up before we end tonight. America has this thing. You've got Republicans right now, the ones that are into the Trump thing. We call them MAGA, but there's other Republicans as well. It's very strange. There's like two versions of the Republican Party, but maybe three, because you have those that identify themselves as Republicans, but they're Reagan Republicans from way back in the day. Now, a lot of those
good.
Yeah, well, even then, right? That was Reaganomics and trickle down. That was bullshit, right?
Yeah,
But the thing is a lot of those Reagan Republicans aren't Trump Republicans, but they still openly say in public that they are Republicans. Well, I propose this. Fuck you. If you say you're a Republican, I, as a Canadian, see you as a Trumpist. If you're not a Republican, then say so. But you don't get this thing where I'm a Republican, but the other Republicans. There is no such thing anymore. There is the Republicans that we deal with. So make a fucking choice. Are you a Republican or not?
Yes.
Because I am so sick of hearing it. There's no such thing as a Reagan Republican. You're either with Trump or you're against him. Pick a fucking side. Yes, I'm a Sith. Fuck you.
It's kind of like saying, well, yeah, I'm a Nazi, but I really don't like that Hitler guy much.
Yeah. You can't do this. I'm sorry, people, but every one of you that says that, you're bullshitting yourselves. You are, right? If you're a Republican, but you voted against Trump, you're not a Republican. If you're a Republican and you didn't vote at all, then okay, maybe you are a Republican. But if you didn't vote, you're as much responsible as Trump as anyone who did. That's how it is.
Yeah, it's also like the Democratic candidates that, senators or congressmen or whatever you want to say, and they side with Trump. I think, what the fuck are you thinking of?
Yeah. So like me myself, I more often than not vote liberal in Canada, but not always. And I am not somebody who'll say, I'm a lifelong liberal, because that's stupid. The party changes, and so does where they're going and who's leading them. And as such, I vote who is going to be the best for me and my neighbors and friends and family. There is nothing that works as a lifelong Republican in modern politics. Get over it. Right? And it's the same for people who say they're lifelong Democrats. Don't be stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, I know.
It's both sides here. I don't mean to only pick on Democrats, but you guys are the worst right now.
Republicans.
Yeah.
You said Democrats, you meant Republicans.
Yeah. No. I didn't mean.
No, you said Republicans. You said Democrats are the worst. No, the Republicans are the worst.
Oh, yeah. Modern Republicans are the worst with this, but that whole thing where I'm a Democrat, get over it. Yeah. Follow what's right for you. Stop it. You know,
we have the same sort of thing in the UK. I'm a lifelong Labour, lifelong Conservative, whatever.
Yeah.
And then you got all the Conservative MPs who are leaving the Conservative Party to join Reform.
Exactly.
What's going on there? That is just like a retirement home for racists.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't like it. And not happening. So here, big shout out to the team here. We got Mexi Girl, Shayna Caldwell, PJ CNET, AI Alchemist, Chris Lundy, Liam Wakefield, and David Worley with us tonight. Big thanks to the team because it just doesn't happen when you're live on YouTube if you don't have a team. Commander, any thoughts before we hit the button?
Nope. My usual admonition, if you want to see change, communicate with your elected officials. Doesn't matter if they're red or blue. Your calls, your emails, your texts, what have you, they will have an impact. So please make sure you do that. You should make it a standard thing once a week. Send out send out some form of communication with the people that represent you.
Yeah.
Or even the ones that don't represent you as well. You're just the unelected ones who want to win. Just make sure they all know where you stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, man. Good call. Dunk, what do you think, buddy?
Wow, I don't know what to think really about all this nonsense. I'm kind of like sick of it. So I want to just go away and stroke some kittens and puppies. But apparently that's not allowed anymore.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's illegal. Apparently, yeah. So,
what's next?
I don't know what to say.
What's next? They're going to outlaw dogging in the backseat of a car somewhere in a dark,
I had a brilliant thing in the back of my mind to finish up with, but it's just like gone poof. Well, don't forget. In time. Nick Suter is in time, on time, out of time, and run time, and just Back to the Future. Nick Suter is coming on soon in a few minutes. So
I just added a redirect at the end of the show. Stick around to the end of the credits. I'll fade them out fast, and we'll send you right over to see Nick on In Time. Yeah,
tell him we sent you.
Yeah, and tell them that we, are going to charge them $5 a person because that's kind of how it goes, right?
Yeah, tariffs.
Yeah, and so get your sock accounts out and make sure you double and triple up because I want my fucking money, right?
I think we're going to get your socks out. What you do after the show is up to you.
Well, speaking of after the show, it's almost supper time here, and I got to kick us into high gear or I'm as good as gone. So thanks, everybody, for watching, joining. Memberships and Patreons and all the supporters and stuff. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, and big time, remember to share. Hit that button and share us out on Facebook and Instagram and stuff and show people where you're hanging out because maybe we'll make some new friends. Thanks for joining us.
Don't forget to leave anything in the comments if anything you like what we said and anything you didn't like what we said. So,
and if you have any questions to get more information as a follow-up on something we talked about, definitely hit the comments section as well. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Stay chilly.
Yeah, not chilly, chilly. Take care.